Hi,
Hi,
I'm Nick.
I'm Jill, and we're HipStrings.
And I apparently started a little bit too early because you're taking a sip. Sorry about that.
I'm trying to be a little bit hydrated.
Okay, good. Welcome to day 7 of the 2024 Base12 Spinalong. You know what we keep on forgetting to do? I always realize that there's something that I keep forgetting every time.
What's that?
It's not at the beginning, though. It's the end. We keep forgetting to color our bags.
Yes.
So we're going to have to do a lot of coloring tonight or tomorrow or something. Anyways, so why don't we get to it?
So have you switched out your bobbin?
I have switched out my bobbin. You might be able to see. Here is my previous bobbin. It is just one color since we're using woolly winders. And did you switch out your bobbin?
Yes, I did.
Are you going to show your bobbin?
My previous bobbin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
There you
See,
go.
since I have an Acroworks, you can kind of maybe
No, up. There you go.
you can maybe see the progression, but it's all kind of moody and really bright.
Moody.
So,
well, once we've started spinning,
me.
Oh, no. Once we started spinning, I can tell the wonderful story about how you just saved my ass. But I'm going to roll my die first and figure out what day I'm spinning. I'm going to spin day 3.
Ooh. I'm spinning what you spun
Surprise!
last night.
That's what I spun last night.
So this is spruce on Cormo silk. So spruce is usually a color,
my card.
a semi-solid.
No, the card's back here.
A semi-solid ice typically will dye on yarn, and I haven't dyed on fiber before.
Okay, and do you want to say what spruce is? Did you already say it?
I already said.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's the Cormo silk.
Okay.
Nick is also spinning Cormo silk
am I
tonight,
spinning
so
Cormo
we're
silk
finally like on even ground.
And I'm doing the stacks. Even ground, you're right. That's terrifying. All right, so once I get this started, even after I reminded everybody for like 3 whole days, hey guys, get your bobbins ready. Guess what I didn't do last night, or until, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah. I was like, I better go and make sure you have an extra bobbin. So I went where I thought extra bobbins would be, and there was not one. So I had to put Nick's Base12 from last year onto a storage bobbin. Thankfully, I have the old bobbins up that you can like have an attachment to a drill to wind onto a very large bobbin. So I was able to take a couple minutes and wind it all off.
Yeah, and you can see that storage bobbin that's up there, the one with the orange end and the blue in the middle, that is my my other bobbin from Base12 from last year. Those are the ones that I have not wound. So now that I have everything together, I should probably actually, after this Base12, I'm going to do a lot of plying. So we've got Christina Hill saying, good evening. Heather is saying, I love the colors in your sweater, Jill.
So I'll talk about my sweater. My sweater is a flax from Tin Can Knits, kind of made into a short sleeve version. It is 2 yarns held together. The purple is some wool miza, and then the marled is some hand spun from a friend. So I didn't have enough yardage from the hand spun to make a sweater, but if I held it double and made it, worst weight, then I could make a sweater with holding with a fingering.
Maybe that's what I should do with the Base12 year that I had.
I think that is what you should do.
Rather than doing a color work with that one.
Because I think you could combine that with one of the buoy fingerings and it would be like DK weight.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And that would be a pleasant sweater to knit.
Yeah.
Instead of a lace weight color work sweater.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking back then.
You were trying to believe it was fingering weight. But then it was knitting up at like 8 stitches to the inch or more.
Which I'm very impressed at my spinning at that point. I didn't believe that I could spin lace weight. I must believe in myself. Jean says, it's so wonderful to see you each evening with your colorful knitwear. I enjoy the community Base12 is and the fiber, of course. We absolutely adore the community as well, and we really appreciate you guys joining us. I couldn't have said it better than myself. And with that...
And it's fun to dive into the closet and bring out all the knitwear.
Yeah, right? So since we're talking about knitwear still, do you want to talk about the sweater I'm wearing?
Nick is wearing, it's a Brownstone by Jared Flood. It is a mashup of some Homestead Hobbyist on Rambouillet and some HipStrings on Rambouillet. And it's a 3-ply, and you have loved that sweater to death. That sweater is old.
Well, we had
I think it's
small
about
version.
I think it's about 6 or 7 years old now.
To give you an idea, we have a small version that Jill also knit for Adrian.
Like a year after I knit Nick's sweater.
And that has been passed down to Christopher, and I think Christopher has grown out of it too.
Yes.
So it's been around.
So.
Also, Jean says, "Ooh, more day 7, please." So it seems like you need to dye that on more bases. Michelle says, "Hello, hello." Hello, Michelle. And Christina Hill says, "Gorgeous sweater." Yeah, how old is that one? That one you just made last year, didn't it?
I think so.
I think it's super cute.
Yeah. I think it's only a year or two old.
So I noticed you only split your yarn in 2, and I've been splitting my yarn my fiber in 3.
Yeah. I also opened it up a bit.
How'd you open it up some?
Just, so top is actually a whole bunch of different pieces joined together.
Okay.
And it's actually kind of flat, and they just kind of push it together so that it seems kind of round. So you can flatten it back out again, kind of spread it out horizontally.
And how does that help you?
It puts more air in your fiber supply, which makes it easier to draft.
Fair. I feel like I need to split this into more pieces, though. What I really like when I split up my fiber is that I'm really just drafting from one triangle rather than having to move it and forth.
See, I enjoy the back and forth.
You enjoy the back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah. To each their own. All right, so what is new? We're halfway through Base 12, and this is where topics start getting difficult. Isabel says Noah would love a well-loved hand-me-down hand-knit sweater if humans want to give it a new home. We can even make it a boomerang. Yeah. By the way,
that one's about a size 8.
Yeah.
So Noah still has a couple years.
He's got a couple years to grow into it. That would be fun to have it just.
I don't know that the boys had many sweaters when they were very little. There would be Chris's buoy sweater.
Yeah.
The boys weren't so keen on hand knits, and even Gab went for a time without hand knits, and then they became like adult sized and decided they wanted hand knit sweaters again.
Which is absolutely the worst way for it to happen. It's like,
yeah.
When it's reasonable to knit them a sweater, nuh-uh, I don't want it. When they realize, oh wait, these are squishy and nice and mom and dad really like them and it's a symbol of love. Yeah, I know it's going to take 2 months to do it, but I really want one.
Well, and Gab likes baggy sweaters, so all the sweaters I knit for Gab, I can also wear.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a...
So you can get Gab's
I already knit them one sweater this fall. If they don't wear them, I'm going to steal them back.
That's the way to do it.
And I'm about to finish up another one for them because they saw they make up everything on the drying rack, and they were like, "Can I have a sweater made out of that, please?" So.
But then you've got to spin up too.
No, I dyed it on Target worsted.
Okay.
So at least they like worsted weight sweaters.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair. That's good. By the way, Christina says that she's with me. She doesn't like the back and forth and split it so she doesn't have to. Yeah, so I'm glad I'm not crazy. I also for the longest time, I actually thought the fact that I was having to go back and forth meant that I was doing something wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, because I never actually got any sort of real instruction about how to spin. So, like, I always tried to make a giant drafting triangle that went over the entire fiber. And then when it wouldn't stay for the entire time, I'm like, well, I guess my technique sucks.
See, I hold my hands very different. And so I have like my ring finger does a lot of my drafting for me. And so that pulls from one side. So that makes it really easy to walk across top.
Well, you're also doing your left-handed thing again.
Yeah, I should switch that. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, damn it.
I still do the same thing. I still draft with my right hand by putting pressure on.
So, Michelle says, if you are willing, a roll call with the ages of the kids will help me visualize the family. The way that I like to describe our family is we have one in the dead center of every school type, excepting college. So we've got one in the middle of elementary school, who's Christopher. One in the middle
He's the littlest.
He's the littlest. He's also known as Crash because of how he likes to run into things. Then in the middle of middle school, actually at the top of middle school,
we have
is Adrian. And then we have Gabriella, who goes by Gab, who's
the eldest.
Who's the eldest, who's a junior.
Sophomore,
almost junior. Halfway to being a junior. Sophomore in high school. Although, even though Gab is the eldest, Adrian's the tallest now.
He's even taller than me.
Yeah. Not taller than me yet, though.
Not taller than you.
We had a betting pool as to when Adrian would get taller.
Are we going to have another pool for when his feet get bigger than yours?
Yeah. No, we should have another pool for when he gets taller than me. I'm thinking...
I think he has a couple more years.
Actually, I don't think it's going to happen now.
You don't?
No. No, he's slowed down quite a bit.
I don't think so. 'Cause he seems like he's getting still taller every day.
Yeah. That's true. That's also because he likes to walk around on his tiptoes to make himself feel taller. So, yeah. That's the family. They're wonderful. Gab usually wants to do a base 12 appearance.
At some point, maybe we'll get them for last day.
Yeah, they haven't shown up.
They're still in the thick of school.
That's true. And they're going to be done with school for
tomorrow
the year.
In 2 nights.
In 2 nights.
I keep on forgetting what day of the week it is.
Yeah, me too. You had me really hopeful, though. You said tomorrow, and I'm like, wait, did I miss Thursday? You had me excited.
I'm sorry. Tomorrow should be fun, though.
Tomorrow should be fun. I have a work event of going bowling, and the whole family's invited. Which, this job is the first time I've had a job where it actually invited extended family to these sorts of parties. So that's great.
And they thought Gab was an adult.
Yeah, that was the best part. They thought Gab was an adult last year, gave him 2 drink tickets, and I got to get some extra drink tickets. It was great.
How we know we have a good kid? They're like,
Yeah.
They gave me this. Here, you take it.
They're taken after me because when I was in high school, it was very often that I would go out to dinner with my family. My parents would both get wine, and they would put an empty glass in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm 16. Not time yet. Jean says, maybe this has been discussed in the past, but I really enjoy hearing your laughter, Jill. A unique, happy laugh. So now I just need to tickle you some.
No! Stop that. No tickling while I'm spinning.
But you need to laugh.
I can laugh without being tickled.
I know, but it's less fun.
Adrian was laughing yesterday, and he sounded like a McDonald's straw in a McDonald's cup.
Yeah, you know that sound that a straw makes when you pull it in and out? Yeah, that's what Adrian was sounding like. Although we did discover that he sounded an awful lot like Mickey Mouse laughing as well.
Yes.
So like somewhere halfway between a McDonald's straw and Mickey Mouse.
We broke him.
We did break him. In a good way. Here we are talking about breaking our children.
I'm not
Hey,
happy
you know
with
what
my
you
board.
should do?
What? What should I do?
I will stop so that it is not an advantage or a disadvantage.
What?
We should measure our gauge.
Okay.
Would you like to pick your weapon?
I like this one.
Because, you know, as you've said, we should really make sure whenever we change anything significant about our wheel, we should measure. And I'm going a little bit thinner than
So am I.
have been because we started at 22,
I had too
right?
much. No, we started about 20.
We started at 20? Oh, man, I'm way thin. That was 22.
I'm at like 20. I'm at the same. I'm at like 21.
I'm at like 24.
Oh, how much tension do you have on it? Because I had to loosen my
Okay,
tension.
you're right. Maybe. See, we're a live showing demonstration. Okay, yeah, if I loosen it a bunch, I'm closer to 20. Okay.
See?
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, this is the whole you have to like calibrate yourself for using control cards.
That shows you how much I actually use our control cards. But also, I only can see what I'm spinning about half the time. So.
When I'm teaching how to use a Wraps per Inch tool, we start with a ruler, and then we move on to a control card. And
What do you do with the ruler?
to do
You
the
actually
whole
wrap it?
actual wraps
Man,
for 1 inch.
You are a mean teacher.
Well, it's you have to calibrate yourself. So you take the same yarn, you measure it on the ruler, and then you measure it on the control card and see what it looks like so that you make sure you're lining up with the right line. And then you swap yarns with a partner and you measure the same thing that they measured, and then
see how
you
you
guys
get.
compare
Yeah.
and see if you both got the same answer.
All right. And then you never have to do it again.
No. But it's a, okay, how do I calibrate myself to a control card? Because a lot of people will, they put too much tension on it, they want it to completely cover up the line. They don't realize that they're supposed to do the etched part and not the not etched part.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I need to come out with a new design to emphasize which part you actually do. Huh. No, this is good.
I think we
this is
just
good
need to make
customer
some
feedback.
videos.
We're making video now.
Yes, but it's not like indexed and people know.
I know.
Think about how much you like searching through a long video with lots of inane talking.
Oh my God, I hate that.
When you're
I don't
looking
know why
for
you
a
people
vital
watch us.
for a vital piece of information, because they're not watching us for a vital piece of information or how to fix their water heater.
I gotta say, I decided that, and I still need to do this. When I'm watching a video on how to do something, I absolutely hate the "Hi, this is so and so from so and so. Welcome back." And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
We always forget to tell people to hit the subscribe button.
We do.
And the like.
But today we're going to talk about this. And I learned about this originally when I was 6 years old, and I learned it from my father.
And the other day I was in the grocery store and...
Oh my God, we're 5 minutes in and you still haven't told me which screwdriver I need to use. Like, Hollis, by the way, thanks for checking your control tools. It's very helpful to me. Yeah. Thank you. So I decided that I know some people like that. I also know part of it is to get added engagement and up the
video
YouTube.
length and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't care about
Yeah, we're
the
not
algorithm.
we're monetizing these videos or anything. But I've decided I should post a video that's just the intro. So that if you ever want to watch any of our other videos, like when we actually get around to how to use a control card, we don't have to have any intro. We just say, look, if you miss that, having that sort of intro, just watch this other video. That's nothing but intro.
We can introduce ourselves about 100 different ways.
Yeah.
Video just of intros.
A video of just intros.
From bookmark each intro.
You can make a randomized playlist, which you just pick a random intro and then
Introduce to a different version of Jill and Nick every day.
Yep. All right. Now that I said that, make sure to like these videos
And
hit
subscribe.
And then, and if you're really into it, you got to hit that bell and get the notifications when a new video is available.
Oh, yes.
All right. We're really bad at this.
Comically bad.
Gene says the like button is hot right now. We've got three
okay.
likes. There we go. I think
Thank
that's the
you.
most liked videos that we've had so far.
I think there might have been 4 on day 1.
We gotta beat that. All right. We've got 22 people viewing at least right now. We gotta hit at least 4 likes. Come on.
How are you?
I checked my size. Do you want me to check my angle of twist too?
Yeah, that would help.
All right. Jill is upset the fact that I am
I've got a bigger drive
over
wheel than
halfway
you.
down. No, it's not the size that counts.
It is when it comes to twist.
Okay. All right. You're really making me delay here.
Well, I'm going to do it
'Cause
too.
I've got to go off the bobbin, and then.
I'm going to finish my little half and then.
No, I think my angle of twist is even better than it was when I started. No,
See, I'm not even that tight.
Look at this. You're at 25. This looks really nice.
Mm.
You had the other one. Why didn't you do that?
I'm at 30.
So you are spinning.
So I have more
before.
twist
Yeah.
than you do. So that is part of it.
And also more twist than you were having before. So get that.
No, my twist is usually about 30 on my
Okay.
spinning. It's about my default angle twist.
Oh, I should
wheels.
tell you about being able to use my spinning skills at work today.
Oh?
Yeah. And then I will get to Hollis's question. But yeah, so today one of my techs was putting together some wiring, rewiring our testing system, and had this incredible rat's nest of wires sticking out.
Yeah.
We're having to, it was something like 20 different very thin gauge wires.
Yeah.
So I was like, these wires are in pairs. If you twist them, then they become a twisted pair that actually, for those of you that aren't aware in electrical engineering, if you have actually a pair of wires, you can reduce the noise on the signal line by twisting the wires together. And there's all sorts of great electrical engineering aspects to that. But the short version is, if you've ever seen like a pair of phone cables, or even in coaxial cable, you'll see 2 pairs, or not coaxial cable, Cat5 cable, you'll see pairs of cables twisted together. That's because the actual twisting of the cables together reduces the electrical noise on the line. So there's all sorts of good reasons to do it. And the way you do it is you put one end in a drill, one end of the pair in the drill, and the other end you can tie it. I actually tied it on the handle for a drawer, and you run the drill and you twist it, and you twist it so that you get a little bit of over twist that bends the cable, and then when you release it from the drill, you have to make sure to let it go back without pigtailing on itself.
Yeah, well, that's rope making.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought making was a little bit different. But okay, sure. We can dig into that a little bit. But yeah, so this it was funny because the first time I did it, I didn't even think about the pigtailing aspect, and so there was some extra energy left in the system.
Yeah.
And I brought the front to the back, and it all pigtailed upon itself, and I was like, crap! And I had to untwist a little bit in order to get the pigtail out.
Yeah.
But I taught my tech that was called pigtailing in spinning, and he was like, "Why are you teaching me this?"
When will I ever need this knowledge?
Heather's saying, cut to Nick throwing half of his fiber on the floor behind him just so he can win every night. So Hollis has the question, what about the name HipStrings?
Okay.
Where did that come from?
So the name HipStrings came a couple years before the actual business. Because I was, at the time, it was, I think, 2009. I was stay-at-home mom, and I was crocheting a lot. And I was like, let's try out this Etsy thing and name an Etsy store. And so at the time, this is when hipsters were really hitting the scene. But the whole idea of hipsters being people who indulge in kind of vintage stuff and a new modern take on it. And that's kind of always how my approach to fiber arts has been. So we decided to do play on words. And so it's, so HipStrings is like hip and strings and also kind of like hipsterings.
Yeah. Yep.
So then when I started the business 2 years, yeah.
It's okay, you can make something up.
No, 4 years later. I actually started the business. I was like, well, I've got this Etsy name already. I can't, it's kind of difficult to
Put a new one together?
put a new one together. I'll just use this name. So I did not expect it to become like a full-time job. And
Was it really that long of a distance between when you first put it together and when it
I
became...
think so.
Huh.
I forget exactly when I
it
started the
couldn't have
Etsy
been
shop.
4 years.
It was a couple years.
Huh. Oh well.
I did sell like a crocheted scarf
Oh,
to
yeah?
a friend's mom once.
One. That was the only thing I
One.
sold.
That was the only thing I sold before the spindles and the
Yep.
spinner's control card.
That stuff all came about just because we wanted to play
wanted-
with lasers.
Yeah. Wanted an excuse to validate having $100 a month membership to a makerspace.
Yeah. We figure if we're going to be spending that much money on something, we better make money with it. So, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest is history. And by the way, my plea worked.
What?
We had 10 likes.
Oh my gosh, that's like half the people.
I feel so special.
Thank you.
I also want to make a joke about yeah, it's only half the people. The rest of them don't like us.
The other half are busy spinning.
That's true.
And they don't want to stop their spinning to hit the like button.
They will like us afterwards.
Yes.
Oh, there's another one.
Guilt. Guilt is the way to make this happen.
I mean, isn't that how all YouTube channels survive?
Yes.
I'm going to have to watch more. You see, I don't watch any other streams. I say as if I watch my own. But I don't watch too many other streams. I watch some VTubers because I don't know why. Because they're funny and I like their voices.
I was catching up on Knit Girls today.
Yeah. I was enjoying listening to them from the other room.
Yeah.
While I was working on a puzzle. Yeah, that was fun. We have to give Laura a hard time. I don't think she's back.
No.
She had an excuse yesterday, but
Yeah. I think tomorrow night is SSK Zoom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll get another bump then.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I got a wool shipment.
you did. That's right. Did you open it up yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Tell us about it.
57 kilos of wool. You know, just tied me over for a little bit.
Buy by the
It was
kilo, sell by the ounce.
It was my Black Friday purchase. So there are 4 custom ones, 2 of which are new. So there was a restock of Space Unicorn and Peacockish, which I didn't actually need to reorder yet. I found some. But a new member for Mythology is in there, which is Aphrodite. Guess
Ooh.
what color Aphrodite is?
Pink.
It's red.
Okay.
We're doing red. I like having a Tweety red, and I had just sold out of
Ooh, a
Black
Tweety
Force.
red. Nice.
Yeah. I had just sold out of Black Force Ghetto. It's very similar to Black Force Ghetto.
Okay.
But I was getting rid of the sweets, so it needed to move. But it is different color. And then there is a new one for Inspired by the Internet, which is Influencer, which is same fiber content as... Okay, so Confetti Cake, because it also needed to move to a new collection, has been renamed and is now Hot Take.
Is it the same one, though?
It's the same fiber.
Okay.
It's in the Inspired by the Internet collection. So that's a Superwash Merino Sari Silk and Sparkle blend. Rainbow Sparkle. Influencer is kind of a neutral gray with lavender and purple with blue-purple Sari Silk specks and rainbow
Blurple.
nylon. Yeah.
Gotta love a blurple.
So both of those I need to spin up, ply, knit a swatch, and then they get photographed. I've figured out why Kingfisher hadn't been put online. I haven't knit the swatch yet.
Yeah.
So that came
did you
home
bring
with
it
me
home?
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll be working on tonight then.
Yeah.
By the way, we have Roseanne saying, this is my first time with your Base12. My youngest daughter is doing it also. So far, we're loving it. And I love that. The
Yay for intergenerational crafting.
The family that fiber arts together is awesome. Sorry, I was screwing up that saying, but I absolutely adore it. You know, we need to finally get Christopher.
He wants to do it during winter break.
He wants to do it during winter break? Nice.
Yes.
Because he's been saying he wants to do it
yes,
for a while.
he wants to learn how to spin during winter break.
Nice.
And I have a new wheel that he can claim. So.
All right. And then Joanne says SSK Zoom ends at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, so we can be
perfect.
here. Perfect timing. And she's loving the green fiber today. Roseanne says, my oldest daughter also spins. She just bought her 3rd wheel. Excellent. Well, you're going to have to tell us what you did to make sure that everybody in your family is spinning, because we taught Gab how to spin, and they do it.
Gab
They've
will
done
spin.
It. They will do
Gab
it.
has some Lord Berrywinkle to spin.
Yeah, but they
over Christmas.
Gab is very mobile, so it's hard to get them to sit down and spin for an extended period of time.
Yeah. But they can do it.
They are more into crocheting and knitting than they are.
And sewing.
And sewing, yeah.
Sewing is their first love right now.
5.
And Adrian has tried spinning, but it has not taken to it. He'll weave, though.
He will weave. Maybe I can get him to
and
work
Kristen
on my
is a
poncho.
little bit, how to knit.
Yep.
And he wants to learn how to spin.
I need to find a fun mnemonic for him with the spinning. Because the way that I got Chris and Gab to learn how to knit is with the classic stab it, strangle it, rip the guts out, throw it off a cliff.
Very classic.
I think there's another one that's nicer about
Yes.
a rabbit or something,
Yes.
but kids don't remember that. Kids will remember the more grody one.
Yeah.
Amy says, I just got all caught up. Today's fiber was right up my alley. And Kathleen says, I still haven't started, but I might binge a lot of it Friday. Excellent.
I mean, we're only at like 3.5 ounces.
Is 4 ounces reasonable in a day, right?
Depending on how thick you spin, and apparently how fast you spin.
No comment. Okay. I feel like I need to steal one of your markers for an alternative color in my set here.
Well, since this isn't
You're
actually
just
a
gonna give me
competition,
another yellow?
it's a bright yellow.
It's a bright yellow?
Very different yellow.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We have these discussions in the family about colors, and there are those of us in the family who are very particular about colors, and others that, you know, yellow is yellow and green is green and blue is blue.
Hey, okay, I recognize that they're very different yellows, but I was trying to go for like a different a pop of contrast, not something.
If you
more of the
ask
same.
Chris what his, you know, favorite color is, it's not blue, it's cyan.
Yeah,
or
very specific
cerulean.
cyan. No, I am very, very concerned about colors, especially when they're in the color combination, which terrifies me. And I still don't know why this is the case. I think it has something to do with something that happened when I was young. But I vaguely remember a carpeted wall in an airport that was purple, brown, and orange.
Those aren't good colors
It
together.
It just gives me... I mean, but it's a very 70s set of colors.
Yeah, but like that's jarring on.
Yes.
Like there's good reasons for you to possibly be traumatized.
Well, not only that, it's
by
carpet
purple
on the wall, right? Like, there's
by
everything
purple
is
and
wrong
orange
about this.
together. It has to be a very specific orange to go with a very specific purple. You can't match them willy-nilly.
Kathleen says, I mean, I once plied a DK weight sweater in a day, so even 6 ounces isn't too ridiculous. Jean says, geez, Nick, it's in through the front door, around the back, peek through the window, out jumps Jack. Although writing it out is not great either. And sounds like a peeping person. I use it for young children. We need a new knitting rhyme. And Joanne agrees with me that 70s colors were traumatizing. So I've finished coloring my 7th day.
Can I borrow one of your markers?
Which, you know what? I'm just going to give you a color.
I grew
because
up
you
in a
didn't give me
household
choice.
with clementine, like tangerine orange Formica countertops and dark stained oak kitchen cabinets.
So while you're coloring that, actually maybe I should wait with the dad joke so you don't ruin your coloring with your hanging your head.
I need 2 more.
Need 2 more.
Do you have 2 more colors?
Of course I do. I had 3 colors. It's a very different yellow.
It is a very different yellow.
I'm sorry, everybody. You're just going to sit here and
You
watch
know,
Jill color
colors are more than just colors.
now. Colors are feelings. They're
Yes,
emotions.
they are.
Yeah. Okay. I was trying to figure out what you're going for, or if they have history, or. Yeah. Heather says blue Formica countertops make me flashbacks sometimes. What do you got there? How many have you colored? Oh, that's right. You were just doing 2 more. 1, 2.
This is
There's
number
your
7.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, now
All
I'm
right.
caught up.
Excellent. So, I think for the season, I'm gonna have to start carrying around some salt, some pepper, and maybe a little bit of allspice, because when I see people, I want to give them season's greetings.
Yeah, I knew where that was coming.
You agree? You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it wouldn't be too bad, like, if you had little, like, spice packets that you could just have in your pocket. When you say hi to people, you can give it to them and be like,
Not
"Season's
just
greetings."
throw pepper at them.
I mean, that was the joke, but the little seasoning packets would be a little nicer.
Yeah, that would be a nice Christmas card.
So, and for some reason, you just reminded me of the guy that brought socks as a Christmas card to work.
Yes.
I got at work, it was completely bizarre. He was like, this is for you. And it was a pair of socks, but the like thing that went around it to
the
like
band
the band
was a
for the sock-
customized Christmas card.
Yeah, it was a customized Christmas card that had his name and, said Merry Christmas. And I'm like,
I guess when
wow.
you're in like sales, like how you get, it must be super competitive for how you get people to remember you.
I guess that's it, yeah.
Because now you're always going to remember the guy who gave you socks.
Heather, by the way, is asking me not to throw pepper at people.
Yeah, please don't throw pepper at people.
Heather would know. She's a nurse. Is there any other spices I can throw at people? Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.